What's up guys, Jordan K and welcome back to my channel. So guys, it is officially June, the month of June, hashtag Pride Month. And this video today, I've probably gone and sat down maybe about 2 or 3 times now to film this, and it just hasn't really felt right or authentic, or it's a really touchy video for me, and I'm sure it's a touchy subject for a lot of people out there. But today I really did want to sit down with you guys and talk to you about my coming out story. I really do feel like there's no better time than Pride Month to really celebrate everybody and what everybody goes through, but especially coming out is such a hard subject. Everybody has different experiences and everybody has different, ways to deal with it and ways to actually officially come out, or, come out if you like. And this is just my experience. So I do want to start the video off by saying this is my experience. And you know what? I feel like the reason why it took so long for me to sit down and film one of these videos is because I think I was a little bit embarrassed about my coming out story. But at the end of the day, there really is no right or wrong way to do it. You really need to just be ready be ready inside to know for what you're about to do. Sorry, my words are, I don't know. I'm really anxious right now. But yeah, so like I said, there's no right or wrong way to do this. And it's everybody's own journey. Whether you never come out, whether you feel like you don't have to come out, because when I think about it, what is coming out? I mean, straight people don't have to come out to their parents or their friends that, hey, I'm straight, So for us in the LGBTQIA plus community, it is such a strange thing that you have to go through. And it doesn't matter what stage of your life you go through it. So, with that being said, let's get into how it happened. So, to start it off, I did come out as gay when I was 15 years old. For a lot of people at that age, or even when I tell people, now in my community, the LGBTQIA plus, being 15 and coming out it is quite a young age, but it's also something in our community that, we go through this big life-changing, I guess, scenario or situation or whatever you want to call it. No matter what age you are, whether you're in your teens, whether you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, it doesn't matter what age you are. It's something that other people won't have to go through. So some people don't relate to how it feels. I am very anxious today because I knew I was filming this video. So please excuse me if I stutter or if I get a little bit lost with my words. But I did come out when I was 15, and it's kind of strange because as straight people, you don't need to come out to your parents. You don't need to come out to your friends. You don't need to tell everybody, hey, I'm straight. And I'm not saying that if you're gay, bi, trans, lesbian, I'm not saying that you need to come out. Please don't feel like that's what I'm doing today by explaining my story. Because you don't. And if you feel comfortable in the way you are, how you are, that's absolutely fine. And there's nothing wrong with that. And you don't need to prove to nobody, but as long as you feel comfortable in yourself. So I came out when I was 15, mainly because obviously I knew I was gay from day dot. I used to dance around when I was 2 years old, 3 years old, with a tea towel on my head to Spice Girls. All I wanted growing up was to be a Spice Girl or something. So growing up through school, my primary school, which I went to in Ireland, and then moving to WA, Perth, when I was 11, 12, and then going straight into high school here, I was the new kid. and I was also gay, but at the time nobody knew. But, you know, they did know, because I felt like before I came out, I was a lot more like flamboyant, if you like. I used to, so in my high school years, I had great friends, don't get me wrong, and some of them people I'm still good friends with today. But in high school, the guys, or, you know, just random people that like I wouldn't even interact with on a day-to-day basis. I used to hear them talk about me in class, like saying things like, oh, you know, like, he's definitely not going to end up with a girl, or, you know, oh man, like, he's definitely gay, like, definitely gay. And you know what, like, being 13 or 14, like, that really, really affected me. And it really caused some severe issues, like, deep down that I don't really talk about. Like, especially with, you know, like, my weight. I have spoke to you guys before about body positivity and things like that, but that's something I really struggle with. And I really put it down to, like, you know, back in that time of my life where I wasn't 100% honest with myself, and then I would come home and I would eat and just not exercise and not like live the life that I wanted to live. So I think like listening to them things day in, day out, and like I'm not saying it happened every day, but it definitely did happen every week. It really hurt, to be honest. It really, really cut me deep, in the sense of, you know, why is everybody else talking about me? Why can't I just be me? Because nobody's talking about them. And I guess like high school kids can be mean sometimes, or, you know, like, everybody's still figuring themselves out. So I understand that point of view. But to be gay and going through that and not have come out yet, it was a very hard situation for me to be in. So as I got a little bit older, I think I was in year 10, like more towards the end of year 10. So I was 15, think probably turning 16 soon. And I started hanging out with a new friendship group. And this friendship group I am still friends with today, and I am so grateful for these people. I don't want to mention any names because it doesn't matter. But so I started hanging out with this friendship group, and there was a gay guy in the group. And I saw he was out and open, and I saw everything in him is what I wanted to be. I wanted to have fun. I wanted to be real to myself and just be able to be me, you know, like, not have to hide this big part of my life to nobody. Like, I couldn't speak to anybody about it, couldn't do anything. So started hanging out with this group. There was probably like 4 or 5 girls, and then this guy. And, you know, I just felt so comfortable around them. I loved hanging out with them. I loved, you know, even just chilling, not doing anything, but it was just like a nice vibe to be in. And I was only hanging out with them for a couple of weeks, and honestly, it changed my whole life and my aspect and my outlook on, I guess at the time, what I thought was like my bad situation. It was amazing. Like, they loved the guy for who he was. They were so accepting of him, and so like open to like all of his crazy stories. And I was looking at that, and over about a 4 week period, I just thought, you know what, like, that's what I want. I want that. And I felt at the time that I had found the right group to, you know, really open up to and like let them know. So I was thinking about this for a while. For about, when I say a while, I mean like a week. In that week, I actually had my first experience, if you like, with a guy. I remember going over to his house, and I was like 15, so like I said, like, but I remember going over to his house, and you know, he was nice or whatever, and we were just like chilling, and I think we were watching a movie. I feel like it was Harry Potter or something, and we were laying on his bed, and I just remember, it doesn't matter, I just remember making out and, like, you know, feeling like this is me, like, this is what I want. It's not, I don't need, this is me. So that was on a Thursday. I went home, and I went home feeling positive about the experience, and also about like knowing the true, like, how do I say it, like knowing that like I like that was me, that was me as a human, like that's what I like and that's what I'm into, and I'm into guys, and I don't like girls. I love girls, they're my best friends in the whole world, but I'm not in love with girls. And you know, it was the first time I feel like I felt accepting of myself. So that was on the Thursday. On the Friday, I woke up feeling giddy. I felt good, which I hadn't felt before, like this kind of feeling. And then it came to, I can't remember if it was the Friday night or the Saturday night. And one of the girls in the group who I felt really comfortable with, who put this change in my life, she was having a party at her house. So people from my school were there, people that we knew, obviously, like around the areas and stuff. Like there was so many people there. It wasn't just like our little group. And again, I should have mentioned they were older. They were like 2 or 3 years older than me. So that also made me feel a little bit more comfortable because they were older and I felt like they just like had lived more at the time, you know? So she had a party. I got absolutely drunk, like crazy drunk. As a 15-year-old, you can imagine I probably had like 4 cruisers and thought I was wild, but I remember being really drunk. And there was like something happened at the party. There was like a fight and like all of this stuff, which was pretty standard back then. And I remember speaking to this girl, and I didn't really know her, and she was the first person I told her. I told her about my experience that had happened the previous day, and I told her that, you know, I think I'm gay. Like I think this is me. And before I knew it, I was telling everybody at the party that I was speaking to. I just kept saying it and saying it and saying it and saying it. And then, like, the bits that I remembered, the more I said it, the more comfortable I felt in telling other people, right? So that was that. I pretty much told the whole party I came out. And then I went home. And this is the thing, like, this is what I'm saying when there's no right, wrong, bad way, whatever, you know? So I came home that night. It was like 1:30 in the morning. I had 2 friends with me. And I remember going into my parents' room and just, they were asleep. And I just opened the door and I told them at 1:30 in the morning, and I was drunk, and I just told them. And then I closed the door. I went into my room and I went to bed. And that was that. And then I woke up the next day, and to be honest with you, I kind of forgot about everything that had happened. Like the night was so wild, and I was obviously drunk, and there was just a lot going on, and a lot of like endorphins that at the time I was telling everybody. And then I woke up anyway. So I woke up, my mum came in, and I just knew something was off. I knew there was like a weird vibe, and I had work as well. So I had to get up, get ready, walked into the kitchen. Mum was dropping me to work, and something just didn't feel right. So anyway, we got in the car, we were driving there, and she said to me, "Do you remember what you told us last night?" And I said, "No, not really." And she said, you told us you were gay." And like, I can't even explain at the time, like my whole inside just like dropped. Like it was the worst feeling ever, because in my mind I thought that I thought I was letting them down, you know? I thought I don't know, like, I'm an only child, and I like little things, even as a 15-year-old, like little things I would think of as like, oh, how are they going to have grandkids, or like, do you know what I mean? Like, it was such a hard thing for me to do. So I went to work. We didn't really speak that car ride, me and my mum. I went to work. I worked like 5 hours that day, and I remember mum picking me up, and then we drove home. And when I walked into the kitchen, my dad was in the kitchen, and we all just sat there, and they asked me, like, my dad was in the kitchen. Mum had got me, and we went in, and I could tell my dad was upset, and I could tell that he had been crying, and my mum had been upset all day, I'm sure. And anyway, we went in, and we spoke about the whole situation, and they were asking me things like, is this a phase? Which I knew it wasn't. I knew deep down that I've always known that I was into guys. And they asked me if it was a phase, and then they asked me, like, why now? What made you come out? What made you want to say it? And I just told them I felt like I was ready. I felt like I wanted to start living my true self and who I am to the fullest. So that wasn't the end of it. At the end of that current time, we all hugged, and they told me that they loved me. And that, to be honest, like, at that moment, that is really all I needed to hear. I just needed to know that they love me, that they accept me at the time, for, like, just to have that little bit of acceptance was all I needed. And don't get me wrong, it didn't just click and happen overnight, and it was like great and whatever. Like, it probably took them like maybe a year, longer than a year. Like, it probably took them from when I was like 15 turning 16 all the way till my early 20s to like truly understand who I am and accept me to the fullest of the person that I am, and kind of like who I want to be, or who, like, things like that. Sorry, but I am so grateful, and I am so lucky to have my parents who do support me and love me the way they do, and accept me in all in any way possible. I also feel so grateful for my friends that I have around me every single day, because without them, I wouldn't be the man who I am today. Also, going back to talking about when I was in school, and when those guys used to talk about me and say, oh, he's gay, or he's not going to end up with a woman, and things like that, things that really hurt and really cut deep with me. Once I came out as gay, all those things stopped, because what would they say? Oh, you're gay. And then I would turn around and say, yeah, I am. They had nothing to come back with. And if they did, like, there's obviously been, not obviously, but there's been situations where, people have called me the F word, or you gay, this, that, whatever. And, it's just so disgusting and so degrading. And that doesn't show anything on you. That shows everything on the person who's doing that and saying that to you. Because for them to feel that certain way about you, or like say those words, the derogatory words, and like, it's just not a nice thing. But once you know who you are, and once you are comfortable in yourself, those things don't matter anymore. It's still not nice to hear. It's disgusting. But for me, I would more so feel sorry for that person, because you know what, they're obviously going through something that they don't want to talk about or discuss, or whatever it may be, and they're taking it out on you, and that's not your fault. There's people in this world, and that's just how it is, and that's how they want to deal with things. But like I said, as long as you are 100 in yourself, that doesn't matter. So yeah, I mean, this hasn't been an easy video for me to film, especially the amount of times I have wanted to sit down and talk about it. I don't think I've ever really spoke about it like this publicly ever before. So I just want to say a massive thank you to you guys for watching this video. Like I said, this is my story, and this is how it happened for me, but there's no perfect right, wrong way, nothing. everybody has their own journey and everybody's going to do this in their own time and way. I want to really say thank you so much to my parents. I'm so grateful for everything that you guys have done for me, and I'm so grateful to have you guys. And like I said again, like my friends, without the support and without them being around me and being able to really truly accept me and let me be me, I wouldn't be where I am or who I am today. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope it can just send a message of positivity out there, and just even if it helps one person to really understand, or let them be who they are. That's all I want. And I have so much love and so much gratefulness for everybody and you guys, and thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next one.
Yeah, me say, ooh